Okay, now, example 5, we've been talking about percents and proportions in class, okay? And we know that this problem is going to probably deal with is over of equals percent over 100. But let's read what it says first. It says, in a heptathlon, an athlete earns points in 7 track and field events. Suppose an athlete earns 824 points in the high jump. This score is 18% of her total. What is her total score? Now I can take that whole problem and write it down and boil it down to just one question, and that is 824 is 18% of what number? That's the question that they're asking me, and I've rephrased it so that I can write it in my proportion, my percent proportion, easily. So when it starts, it says 824 is, so I'm going to write that in the is blank. All right. 18%, so that always goes where the percent should go, top right. Okay. Of what number? The x goes down here because we're asking of, and we don't know what that number is, so I'm going to make that my variable. Okay. Now, I need to cross multiply. 18x is equal to 824 times 100, which means just put 2 zeros at the end. Okay, so 18x equals 82,400, and I need to divide both sides by 18. All right, when I do that, I'm going to get x equals, and with these big numbers like this, it might be just as easy, rather than chancing a long repeating decimal like we had earlier today, it might be just as easy to make a mixed number. So I think we're going to do that. 18 goes into 82 4 times. 4 times 18 is 72. When I subtract, I get 10, and I bring down my 4. All right, let's see. Let's let the smartboard catch up. Okay, 104. 18 into 104, I think goes, does it go 6 times? No, it doesn't go 6 times. It's going to go 5 times. 5 times 8 is 40. Carry my 4. It's going to give me 90. And when I subtract, I get 14. Bring down the 0. Okay, let's see. 18 goes into 140. I think it's 7 times. 7 times 8 is 56. Carry my 5. 7 times 1 is 7, and 5 is 12. Subtract. Uh-oh, looks like I've got myself a repeating number here. 7 again, 126, and I'm left with 14. Okay? Now, instead of going with this repeating decimal, I could just write it as 0.7 repeating, but I'm actually going to write it as 4,577 and 14/18. Remember, I put the remainder on top and the divisor on the bottom. Okay? But I have to reduce this. I always have to reduce my fractions, and that's going to be 4,577, and 2 goes into both of these. 2 into 14 is 7, and 2 into 18 is 9. So my answer is x equals 4,577 and 7/9. Now, if I go back, okay, let's see. I'm able to go back up and look at my answer, or my question. It said 824 is 18% of what number? That number is 4,577 and 7/9. So that's a lot of points, but I guess the heptathlon gets a lot of points. So there we go. Good job, guys.